The Grizzlies make a surprising move, and it leaves fans livid. Talking about some Grizzlies news today on Grizzlies Digest. Of course, talking about the second-round pick, Mr. Meshack. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Grizzlies Digest. I'm Tristan Harlen. Excited to be back with you. And I know I just posted a video not long ago, so it's not like I've been gone for a minute. But hey, I missed you guys. So before we begin, you already know the drill. 62.3% of you guys are not clicking that subscribe button. So be sure to click that subscribe button because we're right around the corner from the NBA season. If you like what you see, like what you hear, like keeping up with the Memphis Grizzlies, make sure you're clicking that subscribe button. I didn't say it last video, but I'm going to say it this video because it's everybody's favorite price. I'll give you a second to get ready to say it with me now. Free $99. Now, of course, we're talking about the second round pick. I believe he was Mr. Irrelevant, as a matter of fact, talking about the guy from Tennessee. And, well, it seems like the Grizzlies have a little bit of two-way drama, if you will. Of course, we're talking about, who is going to be making a bigger impact in a two-way type deal this season. Is it going to be PJ Hall? Is it going to be Prosper, who was just signed here recently? Javon Small? Or Mr. Meshack? Now, I know a lot of you guys on Twitter, and maybe some of the people that are commenting on Twitter aren't watching these videos, and maybe some of the people that are watching these videos aren't commenting on Twitter. But a lot of people on Twitter were very upset the fact that Meshack did not get the last two-way deal as of right now. Now, things could change. People could get released. He possibly could get brought up to the main roster sometime later on in the season, or maybe not. Now, the good thing about this is that the Grizzlies still hold the rights to his contract due to the fact that they drafted him. So it's not like another team can come and poach him from their G League roster to put them on their main roster to fill injury needs. Sorry, my nose is running all of a sudden this video. But a lot of people were upset about it. A lot of people were livid about it. A lot of people were saying things like, the Grizzlies front office needed to move the needle and this is a step back, or, why waste a draft pick on him if you're not going to bring him up to the roster? Now, look, guys, rookies need time to develop. Now, I know Javon Small is on the hustle. I know Cedric Howard may be appearing for the hustle sometime. And, here's the thing, okay? Training camp's not over yet. And there's a lot of things that could change from now to the start of the regular season to where maybe Meshack's on an actual deal and he's maybe the 9th or 10th man of the rotation, or maybe PJ Hall is playing for the hustle and Meshack's not, or maybe Javon Small is playing for the actual Memphis Grizzlies if something happens, God forbid, John Morant or Scottie Pippen Jr. So, the possibilities are endless for the Grizzlies. Now, what I will say is this, is just because the Grizzlies have not signed him to a guaranteed contract does not mean that, his NBA career's over before it began. Oh, the Grizzlies don't want him. Oh, the Grizzlies, it does not mean that, because the Grizzlies have been reported on being very high on Meshack and wanting him to be in their future plans. Now, what that future plan is, time will tell. If you ask me, give it a year, give it maybe half a season for him to kind of develop in the system of the NBA, kind of get up to speed. And, maybe he's that 8th, 9th, maybe even the 10th man in the rotation if they decide to go that deep this season and get maybe 3 to 4 minutes a game, if not a little bit less, or maybe even more depending on how the season goes. Now, I know a lot of Debbie Downers are thinking the Grizzlies are going to be a lottery team this season, but you're wrong. And if for whatever reason they're slacking at some point during the season, I'm sure the coaching staff will not be afraid to make that change and possibly promote people to the starting lineup that did not start at the beginning of the season, or maybe demote some players that started the regular season on the Grizzlies to the hustle for a little bit. I use it. It's used a lot in baseball, but for a rehab assignment, it's not necessarily a rehab assignment. It's more of a hey, get your crap together assignment. But like I said, time will tell. Look, here's the thing. When it comes to Meshack, his defense is going to be needed this year for the Grizzlies. Now, we've talked on this channel. I've talked about it. I think Jared's talked about it before. I mean, what do the Grizzlies need? They need defense. What do the Grizzlies need? They need rebounding. They need somebody who can, really get, the ball moving, so to speak. But look, I'm just going to be frankly honest with you guys. It's a bit of an overreaction that you guys are kind of flipping out that a rookie is getting put on the Memphis Hustle for the start of his career. Because, I mean, let's be real. Not all players are going to be starting day one on an NBA roster if they're rookies. Now, I get maybe some people in the past have started on the rosters when maybe they shouldn't have. Wade Baldwin the fourth. I'm looking at you. But, look, for it to be a Mr. Irrelevant pick, kind of similar to how they do it in the NFL, I definitely think that I just lost my train of thought. But I definitely think that, this is not a need for panic. It's not a cause to push the shiny red button and for everybody to flip out and kind of get going, get crazy, and flip out that the Grizzlies are not giving this guy a chance. Because, look, let's be real. Again, I'm going to continue saying this because, I mean, that's what we got to do. We got to be real about this. We got to be legit about the situation. Is that if he goes, averages 10 rebounds a game, 12 rebounds a game, is a defensive stud, I'm sure Tayshaun Prince is going to say, hey, let's get this guy on the main roster. If you didn't know, Tayshaun Prince is, I think, the head of the player personnel for the Grizzlies. Something along those lines. He's indirect with the players. Again, I apologize for my nose kind of running. But the big question mark, and again, per usual, drop your thoughts in the comments what you think about this move. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Why do you like it? Why do you not like it? The biggest question mark to me, now again, training camp has not wrapped up yet. We have not heard any reports from training camp. We don't know what the preseason is going to look like just yet. But the biggest question mark to me is that if Meshack ends up being brought to the main roster, who goes down to the hustle? Or what does the rest of the roster look like? Because the Grizzlies just signed Prosper. Of course, Jared had a video on that. They signed PJ Hall not long ago. Javon Small was a draft pick. Meshack was a draft pick. Cedric Howard was a draft pick. But the bigger picture here wants me to think, okay, how does this play into Ja Morant's possible re-signing and his contract extension? Because if I'm not wrong, it's going to be up this coming off season. So after the season's over, this off season will be the one that determines whether or not he'll get that contract extension. Now they better figure out a way, because brother, I don't care if you have to pick 3 people from the Memphis Sports and Event Center in town right beside the Mid-South Coliseum and get them to play on the roster, as long as that means Ja Morant's locked in for the future with the Grizzlies, and then that's all that matters. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If Meshack does end up being a Memphis Grizzly, and by that I mean on the actual rotation, who do you see possibly going to the hustle? And do you think any of these 4 players possibly get their walking papers at any point this season? Now again, time will tell. This has been another episode of Grizzlies Digest. I'm Tristan Harlen signing off. I will see you guys tomorrow. It's a big day tomorrow. Saturday, yay. All my college football fans out there. But anyways, guys, I'm Tristan Harlen signing off, saying goodbye. Have a great Friday night, and see you guys later. Peace.